Hey, hey, so I'm running Mario Kart 8 as you can see, and hopefully this goes well. And thanks for those mentions in the chat. Okay, I turned off the Twitch stream here, so hopefully this goes well. Maybe this is my first marathon run, and yeah. Just tried increasing the mic volume a bit. Can you hear it now? Okay, well, I guess I'll just have to go with this. Alright, so okay. I'm going to start the time soon, so I'll just count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! And thanks for the good luck in the chat. So yeah, this is another Mario Kart game, and well, 8 has a 200cc mode, so I'll move a fair bit faster than you're maybe used to seeing in Mario Kart. And there are also some shortcuts. So in 200cc, the general idea is that you want to take it all the turns pretty tightly. And there's some speed tech, but not a ton of it, so that's mostly just about simply driving well. So I see that you mentioned about the lowering the mic chat in the chat, but so I guess I can try to do that between races here. Just see. But this game has a fairly long load time, so there's a little opportunity. Okay, just lower the mic slightly, but well, yeah, hopefully it's okay. We need to know when racing here. You can see that I'm collecting these coins, and we increase our top speed slightly, but it's pretty small. So the ones that are out of my regular racing line often aren't actually worth getting. There's also a max of 10 coins held at once. Oh, why? Okay. So the next track is Rock Ruins, and it's the first one to include a, well, it's the first track that I consider to be so-called soft drift heavy, which is basically turning with partial sharpness, but not full sharpness, to charge up main turbos faster, because that's just kind of how the game works.
If you're debating on what to donate, the next possible donation to donate for, well, the fastest one, or the one that's coming up the soonest, is
like
the any percent Luigi's Mansion race.
Well, I charge up a Superman turbo there, but
we are $10 away from that.
the thing is, if I did that turn with the full sharpness, then I'm actually going to have to charge up the boost in time. It's kind of awkward to explain exactly why it works like that, but that's pretty tight. But thanks for that mention, Gen But there actually aren't a lot of people who really seriously run this game. And a lot of people have played Mario Kart 8, but the community for 200cc is relatively small. And then 150cc has a bigger community, but when it comes to speedrunning, both games just have a really small community in general for how many people play them. And like Spider Pad there is a little bit out of the way, but the going is actually a little faster than regular driving, so it's worth taking. And that's kind of a lucky anti-gravity boost there. But in anti-gravity areas, if you bump into some, you get a small boost, although it's so small that you often don't actually want to go out and get them. But if they just happen to be in your way, then they help a little bit. And one of the somewhat interesting things about 200cc is that during some of the turns, just because the speed you're going at, you'll want to hit the brakes to take them more tightly. In this first track where I do that a little bit with the turn that's just coming up right here. It's just a little tight, so you just hit the brakes to take it on the inside and for a little bit of safety. Well, but there's a little sound effect that plays when I hit the brake button during a drift, but it can be a little hard to notice, so now you probably won't catch all the times I hit the brakes, but yeah, it's there. So another instance of breaking drifting happens right here, just because the turn is so tight for how fast I'm going. Okay. So this game has fairly long load times, as I mentioned before, so it gives you a little opportunity to look at the chat. So let's see. For what character you use, it does affect your speed and handling, and then some other stats you get. In general, characters lighter than what I'm using right now are just playing slower. And then, going with this Tanuki Mario setup, it's a little generous on the handling, but it's good for a marathon run, and Tanuki Mario gives you some extra acceleration as well, so if I ever mess up at any point, I can recover a little easier. But overall, characters don't make a huge difference, so you can run with someone else and still get a very similar time. Okay, so we had one earlier, but this is a track with a sort of a cannon-like glider section where it just launches you off like this. And those are a bit different than regular glider sections, and something since they just increase your speed so much. And something interesting about them is that if you do a grab trick off of them, your glider will come out slower. I mean, later. So that means you won't get the boost quite as early. So it's better to just hop on the glider pad and then have the glider come out earlier, so you reach a fast speed earlier.
We have $30 from Jem McLean 1299, $10 for Luigi's Mansion, and 15 SMB3 Mitch Flower Power bonus run. 5 whatever Super Luigi you run is longer. Thank you so much, Jem McLean, for the $30. It is really appreciated.
Then for regular glider sections, you mostly just want to stay straight during them. Although you have to move a little bit to say land early enough for the track or stuff like that. So, as you can see, this is the first major underwater track, and it's actually the only one in the game. Something kind of interesting about water is that you can kind of float in it if you hold down on the control stick. So, like during this section, I can just keep myself floating, and at this point pull a drift to charge up a boost while in the float. And for this final section, I landed before the water because, interestingly, landing the glider straight into the water actually slows you down a bit. So you want to hit the land and then enter the water. And let's see here that we passed 300. So, in this one, after I grab to straight coming up here, I do some just plain hops, and those actually put me ahead very slightly. Or at least I'm pretty sure they save a little time just due to the curve of the road. And yeah, looking at the chat, those 4 cones did get smashed all the way. Sorry! And yeah, gotta go fast indeed. So yeah, at this hill, you'll see me doing some kind of odd hopping. It saves a little bit of time. So basically, when anything really downhill like that, you'll save some time if you hop it. And then if you just simply hop land on a downhill slope like that, you'll lose some speed. But if you soar or drift when you land your hop, you'll avoid that speed loss, interestingly. And I gotta say, thanks for that ATV host.
Yes, this is the best we could do for the audio, so sorry about that if it is a little bothering. No, he's not. He's just not talking.
Okay. Looking at the stream chat, my mic isn't muted, but yeah, I'm not talking the whole time through here. Yeah, I think this might not be the highest quality mic, but sadly that's what I have here. And then a bit is probably just my voice too. We're doing a small shortcut here. Yeah, kind of messed it up slightly, but hopefully I get it right on lap 3. Here we go. So in the chat, someone asked what the world record is, and it's, I believe, 1 hour and 51 seconds. Yeah, I probably won't be quite reaching that with this one, but yeah, the S rate is 105, and I think we should come fairly close to that, maybe a little under. Missed the Bowser cycle there, but oh well. What about the mic being close to my face? It actually isn't that close. It's probably just the mic I have, sadly. And then my PB is around 1 hour and 2 minutes 30 seconds actually. Although there are some problems with the loading time differences and stuff. So overall, so you may see some faster runs that are faster simply due to loads with different versions of the game and stuff. But that's just how it is. And then, for the person asking, how do you even do this? It's just a ton of practice and somehow doing it. So not sure I hopped over the grass here for a little. That's just because of the positions of the cows. Be very a bit, and you obviously don't want them to be in your way, so sometimes you just jump over the grass instead. And someone's asking why I don't firehawk. That's a little technique to increase speed, but the thing is, on 200cc, it's basically been patched, so it won't give you the extra speed that it gives you on 150cc. But there are some other little physics exploits on 150cc that simply don't work on 200. We do get fun shortcuts like the ones in this track, so and you just get more speed all around.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jim McClain with $15. Thank you so much, man. Supporting the stream like crazy with the $30 donation, now a $15 donation. Thank you so much, man. We have reached Mitch Flower Power's any percent goal, so he will be doing a bonus any percent run after his Warpless run.
Ah. Oh well. Oh. We're that one guy, 2022. The track I'm on is wait a sec. Okay. I'm moving on to track number 20 right now. Just finished number 19. So yeah, we're a bit past halfway through the run now. Yeah, this, in my opinion, this is one of the least interesting tracks in the game, but oh well. That's just how it is. Oops. Ah. Sure cost a bit, but oh well. So, this is a dry desert, which you may have seen the original version of in the Mario Kart Double Dash run. And something interesting about the Mario Kart 8 version is that all the sand road is actually low traction, so you slide around a bit more than you do on regular pavements. So yeah, to take these turns actually, you have to go and press it inwards on the control stick earlier, in general. When looking at the chat about Toad's Turnpike, yes, computers do hit you into the buses sometimes. It just happens. And this track has some interesting shortcuts just at the start and halfway through. It's also the shortest track in this run. Looking at favorite runs, I think I'd have to go with 3D Land as well, but they've all been pretty fun to watch. And, this is the first track in the game to include something called bounce pad boost. Since there's this flower thing that I bounce off of, and interestingly, if I release a drift mini turbo, if I release a drift mini turbo, well, or just before I hit that flower thing, I'll actually get a faster bounce off of it. Yeah, I started left drift here and then release right before hitting that. So yeah, we're just on the Leaf Cup now, which is the sixth, which is cut number 6 out of the 8 runs you see in the run here. And this track has a bunch of jumps and stuff, and oh my. Yeah, falling off there was definitely not intentional, but thankfully it doesn't cost too much time. Actually, Project explained something that I've been doing throughout but never really talked about. Well, as you can see while I'm drifting, I build up these boosts. And unlike some previous Mario Kart games, they do build up in the air. And then they also build up faster when you turn sharper, generally. So, when I'm holding a drift in mid-air like this, I'll hold it inwards on the drift to charge up the boost faster in mid-air. Since the direction I hold in mid-air doesn't affect my movement very much, but it will affect the main turbocharge all the way. Sorry for not really having a lot to say here. But, so, yeah. Oh well. And thanks for the appreciation in the chat. So, this is this is music park here. Compared to most tracks in the game, it has some fairly tight turns, and you'll see me breaking the fair bit here, just because those turns are so tight. And then there's this little shortcut here. So something kind of interesting about that shortcut is that I don't want to trick at all on it. For whatever reason, on that run, if you just simply bounce off of it without tricking, it's actually faster. I don't really know why it saves time, but it just does. And there's a number of things in this game that just kind of save time for whatever reason that can't be explained. And then, so what's my favorite track? It's probably Big Blue, which is the last DLC track. Since I'm running 32 tracks, you sadly don't see it in this run. Yeah, it's just a pretty fun track to drive through in general. And then it also has some great music, and the whole F-Zero theme is cool. In the 32 track, I'm not entirely sure what my favorite is. It might be Mount Wario, although I'm not too sure. And yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of Yoshi Valley, and yeah, we don't have any big skips in it in Mario Kart 8, but it is kind of fun to do that stuff in Mario Kart 64. And you probably should see a bit in the one coming up after this. Maybe, as you can see, I'm doing a TikTok block here, which is the fourth last track, and it has a risky shortcut near the end that's pretty basically. Since you have to drive over some blockhounds that, as time goes on, they move. So here they're in a good position, so I can just take the cut like that. But on laps 1 and 3, they're in a pretty bad spot to just drive over them. So although you can take the cut, it's, in my opinion, not really worth it doing a marathon run like this, especially on lap 3. So yeah, I just go around like that. So we're coming up to Piranha Plant Slide, which is track 30 of 32. So we're coming close to the end here. And this is one of the tougher tracks in general. It just requires some sort of precise movements, and then getting the coins can be a little tricky too. Just mess up the whistle. It's just a bit of a tricky track. So, the second last track here, and the game just has a few of the more difficult tracks just in a row like this. And something interesting about this one, Rubble Volcano, is that the road has a bunch of bumps in it. So, when you bump into the air, you'll lose control of your turning for a bit. So, you have to be a little careful throughout the course. You can't really avoid most of the bumps, so you just have to kind of adapt to it quickly and just prepare for when you bounce. Alright, so coming up to the last track. So Nintendo 64 Rainbow Road type. Yeah, unlike the Nintendo 64 version, there's no massive skip in this one. So you have to go the whole way around. So this track is a bit easier than the previous ones, and mostly just about taking the turns tightly. Ah, miss a little Superman turbo boost here, but that's the run. But for God's sake, the time! But yeah, that's the run.
Thank you, Luigi fan. Be sure to follow him on Twitch, guys. He does lots of Mario Kart 8 if you liked that. Next up, we have some really crazy skips on Mario Kart 64.